Hello, welcome to the Neighborhood Conversations, where we chat about inclusive conversations, inviting inclusive individuals with empowering insights, empowering words. And I'm so excited that I have the opportunity today to connect with Abdullah Yousri. He's from the Ummah Society, and I'm so excited that he's here, he's connected with us to be a part of the neighborhood conversations. At the neighborhood conversations, we tend to go into communities and bring inspiring information and resources to impact you and to inspire you. But before we go into the conversation, I would like to introduce our amazing co-host, Rosina, who is also a amazing colleague of mine at Teamwork Cooperative. Rosina, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you. And yourself?
I'm pretty good. It's always good to have a conversation in the neighborhood, and we're good to be here in this moment to have great conversations with Abdullah, and I'm so excited. Abdullah, it's an official welcome to you. Thank you so much. It's an honor to have you. How are you?
Very good. Thank you for having me and excited to be with you and discuss about all these great questions.
Awesome, awesome. Don't be nervous. We had the neighborhood conversation. We try to just ask easy questions, but it's always good just to inspire the community. Today, we're going to be talking
Yeah,
about young people. Youth are important in today's society, bringing different diverse perspective, different cultural communities together. And today, we're going to be talking towards the Muslim community in the work that Abdullah is doing as the executive director of the society. And so, Abdullah, I'm going to start with the first question to open us up. Why is youth important in today's society? That's an important question. Yeah,
yeah, it's a big question.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, if any society, youth is, in the core of any society, the more of a strong, educated, and empowered youth, the stronger the community would be. So this is in any community, the youth is the future of any community. So the youth is it's the core of the community, is the future of the community, and it is of paramount importance for any community to empower their youth and look after their youth and engage the youth because of all this
Mm.
points. The youth are the future of the community, and that's why it should also be for us as an organization or as a community center. When we plan, also it's our mandate to put youth also in the core of our plans and our importance and attention as well.
Most definitely, youth are the forefront, and it's really good to engage with them in different perspectives. So, thank you so much for that, Rosina. I'm going to turn it over to you to ask the next question. Yeah.
Yes, as you said, Sheikh Abdullah, youth is our future, our weapon. So, what are some barriers facing youth that you are aware of in your community?
Yeah, thank you, Rosanna, for the question. We have we almost Ummah Society is the if I may give a bit background about the society. It's considered the largest Muslim charity in the Atlantic Canada or in the Maritimes. So we do have a school, full-time school. They have a daycare and a mosque and a community center. So we kind of work in different sectors and serve in different areas and wear different hats. So um, 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 our majority of our community are immigrants and newcomers, and the challenge that faced our community or newcomers in general that apply to us, and also there's another type of challenges that are unique for the Muslim community. But I would say in the foundation of this, the challenge that face all newcomers and all immigrants face our youth in our community. And on top of this, we have the other challenge that face us as Muslims or minority groups, that unique for the Muslim community. These challenges are just a wide spectrum of, I would say, challenges for youth in terms of identity, in terms of culture shock sometimes religious sensitivities, sometimes, some bullying as well for culture stuff or for religious stuff. You face also some they face some discrimination sometimes, and sometimes there is Islamophobic issues here and there and everywhere. So I would say a wide range of challenges that face youth nowadays, is in particular to our community, and that's why we try to see how can we be of support to youth, to empower them to deal with these challenges and to dismantle these issues, and to stand up for these I would say obstacles as well.
Wow, thank you
I
so
hope
much.
that you cover this
No,
request.
that's really important, and thank you so much for sharing that in the work that you are doing. Um, as someone who is a immigrant to Canada, and hearing the story that you're sharing, it really touches my heart. So thank you so much for sharing that for sure. Leading on, just to learn more about the work that you do, can you share about the services that you provide in your community? Would love to hear more about the school. And yeah, would love to hear more about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have our school, which covers from primary to grade 12,
Hmm.
and it's a private school. How our students are there, we are trying to create this safe environment for them, and also create some programming and activities. Today we had a very interesting program that we were just doing after the Hurricane Fiona.
Hmm.
Lots of our neighborhood and community members and our neighbors around us, they lost power for over a week now. So the program that we had today with our youth at the school, that we prepared for the last couple of days, over 1,000 meal
Wow,
at
that's
the
amazing.
mosque, in the community center, cooked these meals, and started getting the youth and the students to come help in preparing these meals,
Hmm.
and then packaging it, and then they went during their break with their teachers to distribute these meals for to their neighbors around us without power till now. Warm meals prepared here at the community by the youth, and
Wow.
get them engaged to go and deliver these meals themselves. So these are the type of things that we do with our youth. Some kind of activities we do for our youth to empower the youth,
Hmm.
to engage them, and also let them take the responsibility towards the community at large, from that age. And this is the work that we do between the mosque and the school and the community center, utilizing all the resources that we have for that reason.
I look forward to my family's security in the future. That's the main goal as a father.
The empowerment from changing careers has really just made me want to get out of bed in the morning.
I'm looking forward to growing my business. So I want to hire people like I was hired. I want to give guys that chance.
Il me fera plaisir de continuer à travailler avec les immigrants francophones en Nouvelle-Écosse.
I am looking forward to the financial freedom that I never had before.
Wow, that's really good. And that's really connected to the other question that Rosina's going to ask, but I'm really inspired to hear that you're connecting youth just to go out and to support community, because that's really inspiring, to allow them to be community builders at an early age, and to inspire them to help people, because helping people, um it's a great thing to do, and it helps other persons to inspire their kids and other generations to come, and to teach them like positive ways as they continue to moving forward. So yeah, I really like that response that you just gave, Abdullah. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would like to say, like, the Muslim youth, they have their own identity. And these Muslim youth is helping, sharing, caring with the society, community. There is a belongings bond is being now creating, right? So be part of that Canadians. I would like to know how the Muslim youth are adjusting with Canadian culture.
Yeah. So I always say this: Muslims, they are coming from all corners of the world, including the Canadian community themselves.
Hmm.
So there is nothing really called the Muslim culture versus Canadian culture. This do not really exist. So Islam is a religion encourages everybody to keep their own culture,
Hmm.
encourages all followers of Islam to keep their own culture. So, me as an Egyptian, my own culture is very different than Pakistani culture, from maybe somebody from India or from Indonesia, from the other side of the world. It is really different culture. Sometimes the common in between these cultures are very rare, exactly as the common between my culture and the Canadian culture. So it is really Islam is just empower their followers and the community members and youth to keep their own culture as long as there is no contradiction with the guidance of the faith or with the guidance of Islam in particular, and this applies to everybody. And that's why, as long as community and youth understand this concept, they would be able quickly to adapt, to integrate within the new culture or within the new community they are moving to. And this has been the case, and this what we have been teaching our youth by example, and we are teaching this to our youth in action more than in theories, such through these programs that I just through this program, for example, as just one example of how we are doing this and how we are delivering these concepts to our youth. So as simple as this, and this is not only for Fiona. This is kind of our vision for the society and what we have been doing throughout COVID and throughout different difficult times that actually affected all of us as a community. So we had, vaccine clinics, we have testing clinics. All youth they were supporting this and volunteering for it. We have, distributing thousands of meals for volunteers during COVID clinics and to people during COVID, and food banks, and all these type of activities and work was to help our youth to integrate and to take the responsibility towards the whole community at large, and to also support neighbors and community at large in these difficult times, which is I would say, a main factor in integrating in the community and integrating communities and building bridges between communities and cultures and religions as well. And this is one of the work that we're really proud of doing with our community and our youth.
Wow. Thank you so much for that. And see, this is why we bring you to the neighborhood conversations to say the truth and to share great knowledge with us today. And I thank you so much for taking the opportunity. Before we go, we always try to allow other persons to inspire our communities as we continue to move forward with this advocacy awareness with the neighborhood conversations. So, what tip or quote that you can share with other persons as they continue to help young people in their community in other and abroad? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So the quote I would use is a very it's a quote by Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. I would like actually to share because it does have this profound meaning that would like to reflect upon with you. Prophet Muhammad said once, "If the final hours, if the final hour come while you have or you hold a palm cutting in your hand and it was possible for you to plant it, you should plant it.
Mm,
So if the final hour comes and you have this palm cutting in your hand and is possible for you to plant it, you should go for it. Referring to the final hour as let me reflect with you upon this. The final hours mean the final hour when there is no life anymore, when we realize this is the end of this world. And you have this palm cutting in your hand, it is, and you can do it, you do it. You don't really question what would happen. There is no, this is the end of the world. Nobody will benefit from this palm cutting. It will not bear any fruits or have any shade because there is no time left. But despite that, this or these circumstances, Prophet Muhammad has instructed and shared this with us that we should plant it. And it is not about, it's a kind of a metaphor. It's not about planting this palm cutting or this tree. It is about planting this positivity in our hearts, in our minds, in our souls
yeah.
under all circumstances.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I resonate with that and I take that with me for sure. I'm pretty sure, Rosina, you're gonna take that quote with you for sure,
Thank you.
as we continue to move forward. That's a great way to end this episode with a good reflection, of how we continue to move forward. Rosina, do you have anything to say before we end today's episode?
Yes, actually, having Sheikh Abdullah is really very good, beneficial, very a strong community because young youth in Canada, Canadians young youth need to understand the new immigrant young youth as well because putting their hands together, they can build this community stronger and thrive with it. And thank you very much for having us, and thank you very much for your time given and spent with us, Sheikh Abdullah. Thanks.
Thank you, Rosanna. Thank you, Templeton, for
Yeah.
having me. It's
Yeah.
my pleasure, and thank you for the great work that you are doing, also supporting newcomers and immigrants. Are doing a really great job and helping also immigrants and newcomers integrating. So we consider you colleagues and friends. Thank you.
Thank you so much. At the Neighborhood Conversations, we invite impactful conversations to have impactful strategies to help us move forward. I thank both Rosina and Abdullah for today's conversation, and we will see you at the next episode.
Thank you, Templeton.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
It was nice meeting you.
Yeah.
This podcast is funded by the Government of Nova Scotia.